Hello students, welcome to Savi channel. The course instructors are myself, Dr. Chaya BM, Associate Professor, Department of ECE, Sai Vidya Institute of Technology, and Professor S. Manjunathachari. In this video, we'll be looking into common source amplifier analog design. In this video, we will see how to draw layout and verify DC, transient and AC analysis for common source amplifier. So first step is to create a folder by giving a name as CSA for common source amplifier. Open the folder. Inside that, right click, open in terminal. So first command you have to give as CSH to invoke all the commands from the Linux operating system. Second step is to give source space /home /cad /home /cad /chshrc, enter. Since we are doing analog design, we have to invoke Virtuoso tool, that is VIRTUOSO. There should not be any typo errors while giving the tool name. So immediately cds.log window will open. Always close what's new window and retain cds.log window. First step is to create library. File, new, go to library, give a library name as CSA and select on attach to existing technology library, click on OK. Here you have to select the technology library. Here in this experiments we are using GPDK 180, click on OK. Next step is to go to file, new, cell view. So give a new cell name as CSA1, click on OK. Schematic editor window will be open. In the editing name label, if you see, the first name is CSA is your library name, CSA1 is your cell name and schematic is the type. Okay. Now our first job is to draw the schematic. So first you have to place PMOS, go to browse, press I instance, go to browse, select GPDK 180 library, take PMOS component and ensure that symbol is selected in the third column, okay. And here you have to change two things. The first one is total width, it should be 50 microns and you should always ensure that the length is 1 microns. You have one more parameter to change here, that is body tie type to be integrated. And now you can hide it, place it, escape, press escape to come out of that particular component. Second step, you have to place NMOS. You have to follow the same step, press I, shortcut key, go to browse. The GPDK library is already selected, take NMOS component, select on symbol, close it. Here also you have to take care of two things. The first one is total width to be 10 microns and length 1 microns. Again, the body tie type, here it should be integrated. Place it. So now we have to place pins. So in order to place, take a component, press P to get various pins. The input pins are V bias, V in, space V in, VDD, space G and D, ground. So always ensure the direction is input and hide it. So as you gave, you can place it. So V bias, V in, VDD and ground. So one more pin is left, that is V out. So press P again, give V out as a pin name and direction you always ensure it is output, hide it, place it. Next step is to connect the components with the pins. Take a narrow wire, just one click on your pin and the component. So V bias to the gate, V in to the gate, source to ground, V out to drain. Substrate connections are left out. Substrate is connected to source of PMOS and substrate of NMOS is connected to source of NMOS. You have an option that is check and save. Always click on that. So if you have any errors, it will show a warning screen on the screen. Otherwise you can check it in the cds.log window. It will show that there are no errors. So now the next immediate step is to draw the layout. Always we can draw a layout from the schematic window itself. So go to Launch, Layout Excel, Create New, Automatic, just click on OK. So ensure your library name, cell name, everything is right, and Weave is layout, click on OK. Yeah. Here a layout editor window is opened, so you can see that library name is still CSA and cell name is CSA1 and the type what we are doing here is layout. So we have 4 quadrants. If you can see, always we have to draw our layout in the first quadrant. So go to the next step, connectivity, generate all from source, select on IO pins, generate is fine, go to IO pins, click on create label as and OK. So you can see all the components are appearing here. So you have press Shift F to see the internal details of PMOS and NMOS. So you have an option to enlarge your screen, that is stretch button. You can widen your area where you have to draw the layout. Okay. So we have to just draw the layout as it is in the schematic. So PMOS I have to rotate now. In order to ensure that drain comes down, always zoom the layout and try to draw that. So you have a rotate button, just click on that once, drag it and place exactly inside that layout. So you are done with PMOS. Since it is 50 microns, the width is looking wider than NMOS. Yeah. Next, the NMOS is there. So you have to see that the drain comes up and the source, gate and substrate comes down according to our schematic we are trying to draw. So using rotate button, we will rotate that, just drag it and place the components nearby, and you ensure that all the pins are near to your layout. See, we have a small square box, okay, which when you drag that, it will come along with your label. Okay, always try to zoom the layout and draw. So we have V bias pin, just select that and place it near to your PMOS. Similarly, we have V in, so you can get it near by the NMOS. Like this. Okay. Gate is always polysilicon, which is in green in color. All other this uncommon source, drain and substrate are blue in color, so that you should know. So V in should be connected to the gate, so you have to always select on poly component. If we are dragging ground, this is how you align your pins and PMOS and NMOS components. The first step is to connect V bias to gate as it is in schematic. So what you do is you just press P and place your cursor near to the poly. It will guide you how to connect. Just one click and enter. Just enter there. So you can see that metal type, the pin is of metal type and poly is of different type. So we have to create the connection between these two. So in order to do that, go to create via. We have so many via definitions. Since we have to connect between metal and poly, take M1_poly1, hide it and place upon it. So now we can ensure that the connection is created. Press escape to come out of it. If you don't press escape, you can place it a number of times. Similarly, place V in, connect V in to the NMOS. Place the cursor near to this one. Ensure that it is always green in color. Press enter. So here also it is of different types. What you have to do? We have to go to create via M1_poly1, hide it and place it. So we are done with two connections here. Next step is to connect V out. So how we can connect V out, which has to be connected from drain of PMOS to drain of NMOS. So that is drain of PMOS and drain of NMOS. Yes. Now we have to make connections for ground. So we have two things there. So after immediately, if you see next to the gate we have source, and the next immediate row is your substrate. Since it is integrated, we can see as if it is attached to substrate is attached to the source. So the ground connection can be done to any one of this since it is integrated. Similarly, we can do similar connection for VDD. Since here also it is integrated, we can connect either of source or substrate to VDD. So we are now done with the layout. The next step is to check for the design rule check. So go to Assura. First you have to ensure the technology library is set. So you have to click on double dot until you get CAD. Select on Foundry, Analog, 180 nanometer. Right side you have Assura TechLib. Click on OK. This is how you set the technology. Go to Assura again, run DRC. So here you have to select your library, that is GPDK 180, and the path is set now. Click on OK. Okay, DRC is design rule check. It will check for various lambda based rules. Okay, in your design, layout design. So in this particular design, we don't have any DRC errors. It will show you a message that is no DRC errors found. The next step is to go to Assura, run LVS, layout versus schematic. So undefined, you have to make it GPDK 180. This is very important step. Click on OK. OK again. It will take some time to show the match of layout versus schematic. So please understand that we have drawn the schematic layout as it is in the schematic. So after it is run, you can see that the extraction is all zeros. Okay, and the comparison is also 0. So and click on OK. The final message will be displayed is schematic and layout match. If this message is displayed, it means that your LVS debug is correct. The next step is to check for the analysis such as DC, transient and AC analysis. So we have to go back to the schematic. So till now we understood how to draw the layout. So next to check all this analysis. Okay, the next step is to draw the symbol from the schematic. Okay, in order to do that, go to create, cell view, from cell view. So everything is right, just click on OK. Align your pins. By seeing the schematic only you will get to know how to align it. The left pins were V bias and V in, right? The top pin is VDD, right pin is Vout. Just align it as it is. Click on OK. So here the symbol is created. So CSA is your library name, cell name, and symbol is type. So you can change the part name if you need, or you can just leave as it is. Okay, and since we don't know the symbol of common source amplifier, we can just directly save it. Go to check and save and close this. Now we have to go to cds.log window. So here you have to go to file, new, a new cell view. To create the test circuit, just give _test, or you make it as CSA _test. You have to give a different name than the schematic. Click on OK. If the type is layout or something else, you make it schematic. Okay, now you can see the library is CSA, the cell name is CSA _test and schematic. First thing is that we are trying to draw the test circuit, place the symbol. So press I, browse, go to your own library, what you created till now, go to CSA, the symbol is created, hide it, place it. So this is a symbol what you created now. Okay, the next step is to place the components. So first you take V sign, so browse, here we have to use analog lib library, V sign. Take V sign. Symbol should be selected. Ensure that symbol should be selected. Close it. Here you have to change certain parameters. For example, frequency 1 kHz. Voltage 5 milli. Amplitude is 5 milli. Amplitude is 5 milli. DC voltage is 0. Amplitude is 5 milli. Okay. Hide it and place it near to the Vin. Again, we have to place a VDC source. So press I. Take VDC component. VDC. The voltage should be -2.5. Press I again. The voltage should be, DC voltage should be -2.5. Place it near V bias. Hide it and place it near V bias. And similarly, you take one more VDC and place it near ground, -2.5 volts. Okay, we have to take one more VDC which is +2.5 volts near VDD. Rotate it and place it. Now you make ground connections for all the pins, all the sources. Browse GND, one ground there and near V bias and VDD. So for output we can place one pin, press P, take Vout, just type Vout and ensure direction is output. Okay, hide it and place it. Now we have to make wire connections. Take a narrow wire, connect it, then and Vin is connected to V sign. Now we are done with the test circuit. Ensure that in V sign, that is Vin, the properties are all okay. For example, the Vin is AC magnitude is 1, DC voltage is 0, offset voltage is 0, amplitude is 5 milli, frequency 1 kHz. Now let's check the analysis. Go to launch, ADEL, analysis, choose transient analysis. Give the stop time to be 5 milli, moderate, click on OK. And DC analysis, a component parameter, select component, click on that. You have to always select the V in component and the very first one, that is VDC, OK. Go back to that choosing analysis. We have to give the sweep range to be -5 to +5 volts. OK. Again go to AC analysis. The frequency sweep should be 150 to 100 mega. OK. So now you have to go back to that ADEL window. Go to outputs, to be plotted, select on design, select input line, that is V in line, and output line. Output with respect to input, we have to see the output. So analysis should be like that. Next you have to click on netlist and run. So this is your output Virtuoso visualization window. So select on transient analysis and click on that button. So here you can see that output is inverted version of input and it is an amplified version. In the DC analysis, we can locate the operating point, and AC analysis we can see the sweep range from 150 to 100 megahertz. Thank you for watching this video.